night when all the world is sleeping, I stay up and think of you. And I wish on a star that somewhere you are thinking of me too. 'Cause I'm dreaming of you tonight.
Take two. Okay, you guys, I'm getting back into my crime series. I wanted to cover the infamous, the icon, the Queen of Tejano music, Selena Quintanilla. I've been thinking about covering this case for a while because I grew up around this story and totally love her. And then one of my subscribers commented that I should cover the story, and it reminded me of that too. So anyways, I don't want to do a super long bio about her because she's so infamous. Everyone really knows her story and her murder. If you don't, you should go check it out. It's a tragic story because she is such a bright light and such an amazing, talented person. But that's part of the reason I want to cover this here, is just to speak on her legacy and then see if there was anything kind of just like left unsaid about the murder part of it. Won't get too deep into that. I don't know. Yeah, anyways. She's a Mexican-American singer. She was like a queen of Tejano pop music in the 80s and 90s before her death. She was the youngest of 3 siblings, so she has an older brother and sister. Her brother was actually a part of her band or helped manage and produce her music and helped her with songwriting. I think her sister helped her in her boutiques. She had boutiques as well. And then it doesn't say much about her mother, so I'm not sure about that. I think her father was a single father, but I know he was pretty adoring to the children. And if I'm wrong about the mom, comment down below. I'm not sure if I'm right about that, so let me know. But anyways, she was a Texas native, and she started performing as young as 10, but she didn't blow up until like the late 80s. She even won like Billboard magazine awards. She was a chart topper. She had like famous songs like Dreaming of You, a lot of songs you've probably heard of. She was married to one of her like bandmates. I don't know if he got kicked out of the band and then they got married, something like that. Her dad didn't approve at first because they were really young, and then they snuck off and kept dating, and then they eloped. Chris Perez was her husband, super in love with her. I think he's still alive. He's in his 50s and still follows like her work, her legacy, and all of her fans. I believe he was remarried briefly and had some children, and yeah, but he still like talks about Selena and her story. So what happened was she had a friend or a fan that was like the leader of her fan club. They became really close, and she ended up being like a manager of her boutiques and businesses, ran those for many years. It was all successful, and then they found out she was stealing from them. So I think her father found out, or Selena found out herself. I can't remember who looked at the books and noticed it was off. But they ended up firing her, and then when she was trying to recover just like records, I think, yeah, records, she agreed to meet Yolanda, and that's when Yolanda shot her and killed her. I know that Selena ran for her life. I think the last thing she said when she like fell on the floor was her name, so everyone would know it was her who killed her. Yeah, and so they rushed her to the hospital, but I think I don't remember if she passed on the way or at the hospital. She didn't make it, but she tried. She fought for her life. She ran away after Yolanda shot her. I think Yolanda shot her a couple times, like once facing her and then once in the back when she was trying to run away or something like that. I don't know. It's just business deal gone wrong. Super gross. Like, you don't have to kill people. But anyway, she was like a crazed, obsessed fan, probably still is. And she was just to an obsession level where I think it was more than the fact that she was caught for stealing. I think it was that Selena was getting away from her, and she was so used to being obsessed with her and being close to her that she couldn't handle that. I think it was more of a possession thing, in my opinion. We'll see what the tarot says, but it's kind of what I'm feeling from this story. But anyway, super sad. She was gunned down, and I think she was only 23. 2 weeks later, George Bush was the governor of Texas at the time. He was the president later. He declared April 16th, her birthday, National Selena Day, so people could honor her memory. And that's just a little bit about her life. That's all we'll get into. She was super known for her beauty, her makeup, her style, her fashion sense. She kind of mixed some of her traditional Mexican styles with some popular American styles at the time. Yeah, anyway, so she was just an iconic singer and beauty, and is very, very, very loved and adored and missed by the Mexican community and the American community. Let's get into, okay, what I was gonna ask. I have some written out questions what I'm gonna ask for Tara. We're gonna get into a little about her legacy and a little bit about the murder, and to see if there's anything left unsaid or that is unknown. And we'll see what comes out. The first thing I had was, why did Yolanda do it? I think we all kind of know that question, but really, like, why did she do it? The moon. She was afraid of being exposed. Oh, I should have looked up her sign. I'm willing to bet she has Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio in her chart, but anyways. The moon card. She didn't want to be exposed and her secrets to be exposed. Might have been something Selena knew about her, or she had confided in her about, that she was afraid would get out if they lost touch and they weren't close anymore. So I have a feeling like Yolanda might have like trauma dumped on her a little bit, or just overshared. So when they were close and when they were on good terms, I feel like Yolanda probably told Selena some things she's not proud of, or just the nature of obviously how she betrayed her. We all know that. And that she didn't want these coming to light, and she didn't want people, I don't know, I just like, she didn't want people to know the level of obsession she had, which is silly because that murdering her is what made that very clear. The devil. Yeah, the devil talks about obsessions, indulgences, things you can't control. I feel like she was led by some, yeah, I don't think she was completely in her right mind. I don't feel like anyone is that kills, because it's like, unless you're killing someone in defense of someone else, it's like, why would you logically murder other people? I don't know. To me, it's just, yeah. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, even if you're like, you feel justified and you're mad at somebody, there's no justification in this sense. I'm just saying, even if you were in some case, it's still like, okay, you could just walk away. There's no reason to kill people. So she was driven by this, is what I'm trying to say. There's not a good reason, and there never really is, to be honest, but she was driven by something inside her. She felt bound to Selena. She might have even been into some bruja stuff. She might have been doing spell work on Selena. If anyone knows about that, like the behind the scenes story, if there's any like hidden documentaries about Yolanda, I'm kind of interested, because I feel like there's something there. Okay, wait, I'm gonna take reversals. The Hierophant reversed, so something in her psyche might have been off, and something, she was maybe into dark spiritual practices, or she was being overtaken by some kind of darker spiritual forces. I think if you give in to like hate and jealousy and envy and obsession, if you feed these negative feelings, they can grow into something that you can't control. So I feel like she became overtaken, something you can't control. And then I pulled the Two of Pentacles. You can be overtaken by a spirit or an influence, and in this case, I think she really was. So also, I'm seeing this as like envy with the Two of Pentacles. Like, she's dazzled by everything that Selena is that she isn't. It was like a comparison thing. Okay. So Yolanda, this is what I'm getting. Yolanda looked up to Selena as everything that she wanted to be and everything she aspired to be, and like she was her icon, right? But then that love quickly turned to hate when she felt judged by her, she felt kicked out of her circle, she felt, what's the word, like rejected by Selena when she found out about all the stuff, and she couldn't handle this rejection, and she just like snapped, basically. She couldn't handle the rejection and she snapped. I think she'd become too obsessed with Selena, and yeah, when the love turned to hate, it's like everything that she wanted to be then now Selena reminded her of everything that she couldn't be, or everything that Selena was and that she wasn't. It became this like unhealthy comparison kind of obsession thing. It's like she really was a fan. She started to be showing fan behavior, and then, you know what I mean? Like, we've all had friends like this, I feel like, but this got to a crazy, obscene level, because I feel like they were so far off. Like, she was just some random woman. I don't know what her backstory was. And then Selena's this crazy mega pop star. Yeah, they're like not the same on any level. This was a quick decision, so I don't feel like she planned it out very hot. I don't know why this is coming through hot. So maybe she was like having a hot flash at the time, or she might have been just hot, like angry. It was fueled by anger and rash decision making. So she might have had a gun on her, but didn't. I don't know. I don't know if she planned to kill her, or if like in the moment they started arguing and she pulled the gun out. I don't know why you would bring a gun, but she did. So I think it was premeditated, but it was like, I don't know. It wasn't like well thought out. If she was just like, oh, I gotta do this, and I don't know what else to do. She felt kind of cornered, baby. She felt kind of cornered, basically. The Hanged Man, yeah. She felt cornered. She didn't feel like there was any way out of the scenario, and she just like basically exploded. Like, felt cornered, knew it wasn't the right action, but I don't know. The Hanged Man. What do you feel like? Hanged Man energy. Yeah, she couldn't handle being cut out of the family. I felt like she really resented the father as well for being a part of this, or trying to warn Selena about walking away from her. She was used to puppeting Selena and controlling her, and she really liked that role in her life. I feel like she kind of competed with Selena's dad as like Selena's ear. She might have backed off and respected her marriage, but I feel like she, yeah, I think she butted heads with the dad. Okay, I don't want to really pull on this anymore. Ugh, it's gross, and it happened. And anyway, let's ask, does she regret it? Does Yolanda regret the murder? And then we'll move on to questions about Selena, okay? I don't want to like go on and on and on about this the whole time. Yes. Ten of Swords. Yeah. It killed everything in her life, her happiness, her hopes, her dreams, and weirdly her love, because she was obsessed with Selena, her popularity. She felt like tied to her fame, just everything that like gave her purpose or any reason to live or be excited about life was taken. So okay, it's like this like gross kind of like, if I can't have her, no one can. So she could not take being rejected by Selena and being distanced from her, and for that reason as well, it was like she didn't want her to get away from her. This energy is, oh man, this is a very disturbed woman. Oh, okay, I'll take, yeah. Okay, so I know she's in prison, and the Chariot reverse is she has all the time in the world to sit and think about what she's done. Let's pull another card. This isn't clear about if she regrets it. It just, I'm getting that she thinks about it a lot. Well, with Ten of Swords, yes. She thinks about it a lot. She does. Page of Cups reverse. She really adored Selena in her weird, twisted way. And so losing her and knowing that she's the reason she's gone, I think is like extra painful. It's like she weirdly likes being tied to the story but hates being the villain. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. She doesn't like this role. She doesn't like, I mean, like I said, she might like her name being out there, being tied to this in some way, but she doesn't like being the villain. She feels judged. She feels worn out. I feel like she gets a lot of crap in prison, actually. Let's pull on that. I don't think she's treated very well. I don't know if you guys know anything about that, but I'm getting like the other inmates don't respect her. Oh my God, I put the Nine of Wands again. Do you see that? Yeah, the inmates and the guards make her life harder on her. I feel like they give her like the shit jobs. They talk down to her, they might punk her, they might beat her up. Yeah, I don't feel like she has a lot of respect in prison, and she's not having a very good time. So if you hate the woman for taking Selena off this earth, then at least rest easy knowing that she's miserable for now. I feel like she's gonna be even more miserable on the other side, to be honest, but she's not having a good time in prison either. What was Selena thinking at the time? Okay, real briefly, what was she thinking at the time? Whew. Swords. So the conversation went left. I felt like she really thought that she could go in there and speak reason to her and appeal to their bond and their relationship. Selena went into the scenario thinking, I can handle this because we care about each other, we can reach an agreement, she'll respect me, yada yada. She was thinking she could control the situation, and she found out really quickly she couldn't. I think Yolanda hid a little of her crazy from her. Like, she knew maybe, but I don't think she knew until that gun was in her face. How crazy this woman was. Sadly. What was her thoughts? Okay. The son, she was thinking about her family, her partner, Chris. Chris and her family was running through her mind. Yep, she was thinking about everyone she cared about, her love. She flashed back to being younger. I feel like some memory when she was young. She flashed back to like a core memory, I think. Okay, not to get graphic, but as she was passing, she knew in her head, I'm passing. And so she thought about, okay, sorry guys, I'm choking up. I'm not trying to be respectful. I'm really trying to channel here. Disrespectful. I'm trying to channel. She thought about the sweetest memory that she had in her head, and it was like something from childhood or something that reminded her of childhood. I don't know. This is either Chris or something from her childhood is what she thought about. I'm trying so hard not to cry. She thought about the moment he proposed to her, and she thought about a memory from her childhood, I think with her siblings. She started to worry a little bit about like how everyone would handle her passing, what was going to happen to all her loved ones, what was going to happen. Like, she didn't really want to leave this world behind. I don't think she felt ready. So like the Seven of Cups is like an overwhelming possibilities. She was like, what's going to happen? Is everything going to be okay? Is everyone I love going to be okay? But I still wanted to sing. I still wanted to do this. I had all the, like, she didn't feel ready to go. So that's a real tragedy, is that she was taken so young and she had so much potential. It's just like such a beautiful life to waste. Okay, well, I think I have to get out of this energy because it's making me cry. Okay, so that's kind of what was on her mind at the time. How has her opinion about everything changed since? Has it? What does she think about like her fans? I'm gonna pull a card for her fans, her family, and like the situation. So how she sees her fans. Aww, you guys, that's so cute. And also it's making me think of Dreaming of You Tonight, the song. But she watches you guys like singing along to her songs. Like, I don't know, it's just like mad love. She feels really proud of everyone, and like the I don't know, she feels like it's like a special thing that you guys have created between her and her fans, and that you guys still follow her and still keep her memory alive. Ooh, she was a softie. She's just like making me choke up. Okay, I'm trying not to choke up. You guys, I'm trying to get through this reading. So she adores her fans. She knows that you guys still keep her memory alive. I think she like watches you guys like singing and dancing, and any like artists that perform her songs, that kind of stuff. Like, she just enjoys watching you guys live in the moment and enjoy what she left behind for you. Okay, so this is her family. I guess I'll take it reversed. Okay, so her family, the Fool reversed. So she enjoys watching them be kind of silly. She's watched them grow up and go through the grief and make mistakes and become like the humans they are. I feel like she's just like watching her family intently and Chris, and she's like proud of them. She wants them to take risks and keep trying and keep living their lives. Like she doesn't want them to hold back because of her. She wants them to live life to the fullest. I feel like she leaves little messages for them all the time, like maybe little flowers or little things that remind them of each other, something like that. Like I feel like she leaves little tokens for her family and loved ones. Let me pull one more card on this. Oh yeah, she's seen everything that they went through grieving for her, and it really broke her heart. So she was right alongside them, I feel like, and still is. And so she's trying to put them back together. I feel like she's giving her family, and especially Chris, strength to go on without her. Ooh, that's hard to channel. Okay. What does she feel about the situation now? Yeah, I feel like she regrets collaborating with Yolanda. She feels like it might have been her plan all along, or she's like thinking back about, she's seeing the red flags and like putting pieces together, like, oh, there's that one time she seemed kind of weird about that thing, and then one time she was really possessive and jealous about that thing, and then I had a weird feeling that one time. And it's like she kind of was like putting the pieces together after the fact, and it made a lot more sense how this happened, and she couldn't, it's kind of like kicking herself, like hindsight is 2020, like she should have seen it coming, but she was just so blinded by her love for the woman. I feel like she cared about her, so she was blinded by her own good heart, sadly, and that's what allowed this to happen. So does she forgive her? I pulled the Knight of Pentacles. Not really. I feel like she's trying to, like she knows, like maybe she's in a place where forgiveness doesn't exist or doesn't matter, but it's, I feel like still in her heart she's mad that she did this to her life and her family, you know? I would be too. So she just feels like she's stolen. Like the Knight of Pentacles is a young energy and you're working towards something. She feels like she was robbed of her potential, robbed of those years and decades with her loved ones, her career, her whole life. She just feels like it was taken from her. It was. So any kind of love she had for this woman is absolutely gone now. I want to touch back on her fans. Aww. So it's like she'll never let go of you guys. I feel like in this death energy, you're keeping her memory alive. So she feels like, aw, even though she's gone, a part of her feels like she can live on because you guys keep her memory so strong. That's really cute. Okay. Aw. Okay. So let's look at briefly, what would her career have been like if she had lived? I think we all know what her career would have been like if she had lived. But let's pull some tarot on it. King of Pentacles, yes. Hanged Man. Okay, she would have taken a break to have a baby, I feel like. Interesting. The Devil. So she's such a bright star that someone would have tried to sabotage her career either way. So she was destined for fame and greatness. No, it's like she wasn't careful enough. So this was bound to happen kind of thing. Like she just was too, she had too good of a heart to be that famous, basically. Let's clarify these. I'm gonna clarify all of them. Queen of Wands, yeah. She had all the potential to be super famous. Queen of Wands is like the most attractive, charismatic, gets attention. Definitely like the most famous of the queens. So yeah, her beauty, her charisma, she was meant for the spotlight. That there's no doubt. there. Her career was meant, I mean, her career went on without her, so it was meant to be. Okay, and then, yeah, it was still in the very, very early stages. It was a page. So she would have taken probably a brief break to have children or work around having a couple kids with her career, kind of like Cardi B does and that sort of thing. You know, she would have worked around it, I think, because she was so ambitious and she was a fire sign. She was an Aries. She was totally building her career into something major. We all know that. And yeah, she feels like her time was robbed from her. So I should have looked at her chart. I feel like something in her chart might attract stalkers or crazy people. That's what I'm getting from the Four of Swords here and the Devil. It's like people ruminating on you, people focusing on you in an obsessive way. So I feel like Yolanda was already obsessed when she met Selena, and she played it well, or played it off well, to get close to her. And once she was close to her, it was like too late. Selena trusted her. She didn't look at the red flags anymore, or she dismissed them, and she used that access to kill her in the end. So I don't know if she planned this, but her obsession was there from day one. It just grew to a crazy level, and when she didn't feel in control any longer and she was cut off is when it got dangerous. So, oh. And do you have any messages for anyone watching now? Wheel of Fortune. Aw, she's saying chase your dreams. If there's something you want to do, go for it. Don't hold yourself back. And don't waste time. She didn't waste time. She definitely lived her life, and she doesn't regret that. And she's glad that she went after her dreams. Even what happened to her, she wouldn't have chosen anything different. Like, this was her fate. And she loved her life. So she's saying chase your dreams and don't be afraid to take risks. The Hierophant upside down, be careful of black magic. Honestly, I think that's what she's saying. Like, don't ignore your intuition. This could be black magic or intuition. Like, if you get those nudges in your gut that's like, do not trust this person, do not go there, don't override your gut. Your gut is trying to help you. So I feel like her gut strongly told her not to go there that day, strongly told her not to talk to Yolanda. Like, I feel like she got headstrong and she's like, no, I'm just going to do this. I'm going to get the things that I need, and I'll have my business squared away, and it'll be fine. And I feel like she kind of talked herself into it, and her intuition was like screaming at her not to go. So she's saying, please trust your gut and learn to recognize your intuition, because it can save your life. And also be careful of any kind of dark entities or dark magic. If you know about the spiritual world and how prevalent it is, I promise you it's not fairy tales. Everyone does it. A lot of people do it. Politicians do it. Musicians do it. A lot of people are involved in the spiritual side of life that don't talk about it openly. So if you feel like you're being spiritually attacked, you might be, and look into protection, okay? I feel like Yolanda might have been attacking her. Seven of Swords reversed. So this is like, I feel like she's saying, okay, what are you saying with this? It's like, when you know you're being manipulated, don't believe it. And then she's also trying to say, like, don't be those type of people. Don't live an inauthentic life. It's like, don't lie to yourself. So if she felt like there was like a caution to not be around Yolanda or not let her close to herself, I think she ignored that. So it's like she lied to herself, kind of thing. Obviously she was lied to and kind of conned into the situation and manipulated into it to an extent too. But I don't know, she's just saying, like, don't be this kind of person. You don't have to lie, cheat, and steal to get your way in life. And you don't have to, like, she's basically saying, like, yeah, let Yolanda's life be a lesson. You don't have, like, she could have been she could have gone down in history as like one of her greatest supporters and had a great life and been like well taken care of. But she let her own like greed and maybe like a past and like thievery and just dishonesty get in the way. She killed her friend, she lost everything, she went to prison. I mean, it's not worth it. Like, she's trying to say like lead a good life, because having to lie about who you are or manipulate people into getting the things that you think you want or whatever it is, you can't lie, cheat, and steal. And I don't know, eventually it's going to come back around to you is what the lesson she wants people to know. So I feel like she believes in karma. I think she was a Jehovah's Witness. I'm just saying, like, in general, like the whole idea of what you put out comes back to you. I'm not saying she literally believes in karma. I don't know. Ace of Wands. Yeah, she's saying take your dreams by the reins. Like, put yourself out there, put your creations out there, put your music out there, put your poetry out there, your content out there. Apply for those jobs, apply for that interview, ask that person out. Whatever it is, like, book that flight, pack that trip, like, you know, go after something that's been calling out to your soul. I feel like if you follow where your soul is leading you, you can't go wrong. And if you listen to your intuition, it'll protect you. So she's trying to say, yeah, that's worth it. It's along the lines of chasing your dreams and pursuing them, like cultivating your creativity. She's saying do that as well. King of Cups. So she's saying don't be heartbroken over her. She's in a happier place. And also, it's like soothing to listen to everyone like sing along to her songs. And when she's feeling sad or like missing everyone or missing her family, I don't know if there's sadness in heaven, but you know what I mean, when she's like maybe feeling left out. Yeah, it's like she's brought back to the people that are missing her, the people that are honoring her memory, the people that light candles for her, play her music, go to her concerts, that kind of thing, watch her documentaries. She sees those things and they touch her heart, and help her kind of mend what's happened. It's like everyone else's pain about the situation helps ease her somehow, because she doesn't feel alone in it. King of Wands. So, yeah, I mean, in true Aries fashion, she's telling you to pursue your dreams, go after what you want, embody that energy that's like the best of you. It's like the version in your head that you want to be. It's just choose to be that person and work towards it, you know. That's your choice. So it's like make yourself that best version of yourself in your head and enjoy your life. You only have one life to live, unless you believe in reincarnation. I don't really know, actually, but you know what I'm saying. So you may or may not have another chance at this, and you don't really know, so you might as well enjoy it and go after whatever it is. It's like whatever sets your soul on fire. He's totally mesmerized by this. So she pursued her passion. She believed in that wholeheartedly. She doesn't regret that, and she definitely wants everyone else to do the same. Okay, lastly, what is her legacy and what will she be remembered for? I think we all kind of know that already, but let's just touch on it a little. What's her legacy and what will she be remembered for? What's Selena's legacy? Okay. She helps people out of a dark time. Okay. She brings people together, because I feel like this is like, the reversals here to me are like repairing these bad things. Okay. Interesting. Okay. I'm getting a lot of like healing messages here, which is not what I expected to come out, but this is what's coming out. It's like she's helping people out of really dark times. Her music is helping connect people and bring people back together, families, loved ones, even romance. And I feel like she'll be remembered for her generous spirit and how she gave to people. Her life was stolen from her, but that Yolanda can't steal her soul, her memory, and that lives on. And so it's like what was tried to be robbed from her can't really be taken. So her life was taken, but her memory is still there, and her art that she left for us, her music. So I think she did acting too, or a little bit. I don't know. Maybe I could be wrong. And then Three of Swords reversed. She's helping people heal. She's especially helping Chris and her family and her loved ones heal, but her fans. I feel like she's also just like kind of like a healing spirit. You might call that like an angel or whatever, you know, you want to label it. But she goes around helping people. I feel like she helps people in grief, and she helps people in hard times. She helps people that are heartbroken. Yeah. She's like a nurturing spirit. She helps people heal. That's how I see. And I feel like a lot of that is just like through her legacy, through her music, naturally, just her spirit and her gift and what she left this world helps people heal, but it's also her spirit that's gone on, and the energy in her spirit and the energy in her music, it's like that vibration is still there. She's still out there, you know what I mean? It's not like she just goes somewhere. Her soul is still there, so we can still feel that energetically and connect to her and feel her music. So anyways, thank you guys for watching my video about Selena Quintanilla. I adore this artist. I loved her career. Just saddened by this tragedy. I hate useless tragedies like this, especially when it's someone just so talented and young and full of life. It's just extra bitter, I guess, because I don't know, you know what I mean. She missed out on the rest of her life. It's just really sad. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you thought. Is there anything that stuck out? Like, what do you remember about her? What do you remember about her career? What's your favorite song of hers? Is there anything else about Yolanda that I should watch? I kind of want to dig into that, but I also don't, because she's just a gross human and I don't really care. I already know she's miserable. I don't know. You know what I mean? Anyways, and yeah, you guys subscribe if you want more. Let me know the next case you want me to do next. This one's not unsolved or anything. I just kind of wanted to go over the murder and what happened. Thank you guys for watching, and yeah, see you in my next video.